The legacy of Ebrahim Raisi and Hossein Amir-Abdollahian on Iran's foreign policy. In the wake of the tragic helicopter crash that claimed the lives of Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi and Foreign Minister Hossein Amir-Abdollahian, Iran's regional allies have expressed their condolences. Hamas hailed Raisi as a honorable supporter, while Hezbollah praised him as a strong and staunch defender of our causes. Mohammed Abdulsalam, spokesperson for Yemen's Houthi rebels, described Raisi's death as a loss for the entire Islamic world and Palestine and Gaza. Iran's foreign policy, including its key nuclear stance, is determined by Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei and the Supreme National Security Council. Raisi and Abdollahian embodied the implementation of the hardline policies that have gained prominence since Raisi's ascension to the presidency in 2021, with significant support from Khamenei and the powerful decision-making body, the Council of Guardians. During their tenure, Iran has navigated the nuclear issue with ambiguity, approaching the West's red lines with higher levels of nuclear enrichment. The country has also engaged in a more public debate on the appropriateness of a decades-old religious edict against nuclear weapons. Regionally, Iran has become more overt in its actions through the Axis of Resistance, its network of regional proxies. This has brought it into direct conflict with Israel, particularly during the Gaza war and subsequent low-level border clashes. Last month, Iran directly attacked Israel with missiles for the first time. Beyond the immediate region, Iran's support for Russia in the Ukraine war, including the provision of affordable and lethal drones, has raised concerns. Dr. Sanam Vakil, director of the Middle East and North Africa program at Chatham House, believes that a change in Iran's foreign policy is unlikely. She emphasizes that foreign policy decisions are made by the Supreme National Security Council, in which Raisi had limited influence. I expect the same approach to continue, said Vakil. Maintaining bilateral ties across the region, supporting and building the capacity of the Axis of Resistance, and developing economic opportunities with Russia and China while pursuing divisive politics with Europe and the US. Vakil anticipates that Iran will maintain a similar stance on the nuclear portfolio, balancing ambiguity with the development of capacity and capability, which can be utilized in international negotiations. However, the loss of Abdollahian has practical implications for Iran's diplomacy and influence. Abdollahian, perceived as close to the Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps, IRGC, which has shaped Khamenei's assertive foreign policy stances, played a crucial role in outreach efforts with Gulf states and managed relationships with key figures like Hassan Nasrallah, the leader of Hezbollah. Interim appointments following the deaths of Raisi and Abdollahian suggest a desire for policy continuity. Mohammed, a Khamenei loyalist from the conservative camp, will assume the interim presidency, while Ali Bagheri Kani, current acting foreign minister, will step into the role permanently and continue ongoing back-channel talks with the U.S. on nuclear issues. A statement released by Iran's Strategic Council on Foreign Relations on Monday expressed a desire for continuity in current policies. Without a doubt, the path of Iran's foreign policy will continue with strength and power, under the guidance of the Supreme Leader, the statement declared. With their active presence in foreign policy arenas, Raisi and Abdollahian did what they could to realize the national interests of the Islamic Republic of Iran. Consequently, any potential shift in Tehran's foreign policy remains a long-term prospect contingent on Khamenei's successor as Supreme Leader. Raisi, along with Khamenei's son Mojtaba, was considered a potential successor. Afshan Ostavar, author of the forthcoming book, Wars of Ambition, the United States, Iran, and the Struggle for the Middle East, believes that the key determinants will be a combination of Khamenei's succession and the outsized influence of the IRGC, which have come to define the Islamic Republic and its place in the world. Despite Khamenei's patronage of the IRGC, he has occasionally constrained its ambitions, particularly in foreign policy, where he has generally favored a gradualist approach, seeking to balance Iran's assertiveness with a desire to limit escalation. The IRGC's top brass regularly praise Khamenei for his wisdom in strategic matters, but are also decidedly less patient, and would likely adopt a more aggressive posture, and employ military force more readily, were the leader amenable, Ostavar wrote.